Guys, congratulations on the win. One of the big things that turned around the second half, they had 15 points off turnovers in the first half, just 5 in the second. Talk about getting a little bit better ball control after halftime.
That was just one of our main focuses coming out the half, that and our defense. I mean, I don't know how many turnovers we had in the second. How much we had in the second? I don't even know, but I have a couple that I should have never had. But I think we took care of it. But the main thing was our defense leading into our offense. We didn't do that in the first half, and that was our emphasis going into the second half. And that's how we bounced back and won the game today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would just add to that with us just being older guards, we got to take care of it more. Coach emphasized that at halftime, told us that he got in us, and we came out and took care of that ball in the second half, and was able to bounce back.
Mike, to answer your question, it was 9 turnovers in the first half, 6 in the second. So, let's talk a little bit about the defensive effort. You're going to win a game like this one. You weren't going to win it just shooting your way back into it. The way Southern plays, they don't allow you to play that fast. They're limited possessions. You had to defend your way back into it. What did you change at halftime, if anything, or was it just simply a matter of executing better?
I would definitely say it was just, a matter of executing better. They came out, they were hitting a lot of shots in the first half. We had a couple of breakdowns. But, I mean, we knew it was a long game. We just kept telling our team to, stay with it. Don't give up, don't look back. First half's over with. We got a new 20, and we just came out with a better energy, and we came out and finished the game strong.
Mike, the second half, you had some success kind of getting into the basket. Did they change anything about the way they were playing you? Were they closing out on you hard, or did you just feel like, hey, I can take this guy off the dribble?
I just in the first half, I just felt like I wasn't aggressive enough. I didn't bring that energy I usually do off the bench, and I felt like my teammates needed me and they trust me, and I just gave what the defense gave me, and I just scored, and I just was able to attack downhill and everything, but nothing really changed. It was just my aggressiveness.
Justin, you've played in a lot of these at Georgia Southern games, and this is kind of a weird situation because you got them back to back. Once one game goes by, the next one could be totally different, especially in this rivalry. What are the focal points? What are the things that are really important for you guys to build off this win and then carry some momentum in tomorrow?
It's simply just getting rest and knowing that this game is over with. We're going to watch film tonight and in the morning. We're going to hydrate, take care of our bodies, and just getting rest. Like you said, this back-to-back games is really tough, and we know they're a good team, and it's going to be a good game when we play them because they're our rival. And it's just mainly hydrating and watching the film, seeing where we can get better, and bouncing back tomorrow. Let's get another win.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Ian, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Guys, I just kind of wanted to go through and just wonder what was going through your guys' heads at the very end there, coming back from as much as you were down, and just, those last couple minutes of the game.
I mean, like as I said before, we knew it was a long game. They went on a couple of runs, and we were stagnant, and we knew we had our run in us, and we just fought the whole game and never gave up, really. And it's all about confidence. We all had confidence in each other. Coach got in us. We didn't hang our heads. We responded, and we're glad we came out with the victory.
Yeah, just to back up what he said, the same thing. We never lost confidence. We knew we had a bad first half, but we had confidence in each other, and we knew that we had a better 20 minutes, and we did in the second half, and we knew we was gonna come out to win once we started going on our run.
How big for you guys is that second half in terms of building up momentum as you get this conference schedule started?
Can you say that one more time, please?
How big for you guys is the confidence, the momentum you picked up from the second half as the schedule gets going?
Oh yeah, the confidence in us, we're not losing confidence. We just know we take it one game at a time. With me and Mike being seniors, we're just letting our team know that we got a long season, so we got to take care of our bodies as one, especially with these back-to-backs. Know when one game is over, put it behind us and move on to the next one, and just keep our team up at all times.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm proud of our team. Hard fought, typical Sun Belt, hard fought game against a really well coached, good team. Got down 16. That's basketball. Did not like our the way we were playing at the time. But I thought our program responded. And a lot of guys stepped up. But I thought that when I say our program responded, I thought our bench, our managers, our coaches, everybody brought a lot of energy. There's no home court advantage in 2020-21 season, and so, but for anyone, and so there's no cheerleaders, there's no band, there's no crowd, and so you got to kind of bring your own energy. And I thought that our program really responded, and we made winning plays and defensive stops towards the end of the game.
Dustin, you mentioned the 16-point deficit. Start with us at that 16-point deficit. You call timeout. What goes on in the huddle, and then kind of take us through the rest of the game and kind of how you saw it play out from your perspective.
Well, David, I didn't like our look then. I thought that we were, really getting out physical, out getting toughed, and I challenged our guys. I challenged our bench. I challenged our coach. I challenged everybody and said, hey, listen, it's not going down like this. This is not who we are. We fight around here. And they were beating us to loose balls. They were really outplaying us. And I really just challenged our guys. And we got some stops, and then we started chipping away at it. I didn't necessarily realize we got down 16 until a few minutes ago when I looked at the box score. But I really just challenged our guys, and credit to our program. They responded.
First half, combination of scoring from turnovers and second chance points. Georgia Southern had 25 points. It was a 16-point advantage over you first half. Second half, you cut that down to 9 for them, and you guys actually turned that part of the game around. What did you guys talk about relative to ball security and keeping them off the glass in the second half?
Well, we talked about it at halftime, but there was no adjustment made to the rebounding other than we just reminded our guys that we've been working on it all week, and that it wasn't just one-on-one rebounding. That if you saw your guy getting back on defense, they send 2 back and they crash 3, that you just don't go get the ball. You got to go double hit somebody because they're the 14th best offensive rebounding team in the country. And so it was just a reminder, like, hey, guys, we worked on this all week. And I just thought that we were letting our offense dictate our defense, but we really did a good job of rebounding the second half, like you said, and we still had some silly turnovers there, traveling and things like that. But they force a lot of turnovers. They're one of the top 50 teams in the country at forcing turnovers, and so but there was no real crazy adjustment other than the adjustment to one of the plays they kept running.
This is the third game where you've had Mike Almonacy coming off the bench, and it seems like that's been a nice rotation adjustment for you. It's brought some scoring proficiency off the bench, maybe takes a little pressure off of some of the other guys who are in reserve roles. To talk about the kind of the dynamic it creates with him coming in later in the rotation as opposed to where you had him starting.
Well, David, I talked to Michael a week or so ago about, he's played better coming off the bench. He came off the bench against Bowling Green and had one of his best games. He came off the bench against Auburn, had a really good game. And so I said, is this something you want to, do, kind of be a Lou Williams type? And he said, yeah, Coach, I just want to win. Like, I'm very comfortable with that. And so that was a mutual decision and something that he's very comfortable with. But you're right. It gives us a nice rotation on the perimeter because you got a nice little spark coming in. And you can get some guys some break to start off, and certainly that's helped. But I got to credit Michael Almonacy for really accepting and fulfilling that role.
Last question for me. Again, here we are. You finish, now you got to turn right back around, get ready to go again tomorrow. If you can think back, and I don't know how applicable it is, but if you think back to last week, what you learned going from Friday night to Saturday against Troy, what can you take away from that experience that you can apply to tomorrow to try to come out and get this sweep?
Yeah, well, we're a very routine team, a routine program. We try to really keep things consistent, and so we will stick with our routine. From a coaching staff perspective, we'll go through the film just as we did it last week, and I think that one thing that helped last week is when we were going through the film after Friday, even though we did not play well, we were just focused on basketball adjustments. It wasn't like, what's up with this kid or what's up with that kid. And I really feel like tonight we'll just focus on basketball adjustments because we had a lot of guys that responded and played well. And so, I think I don't really want to. It's hard because you tend to maybe speculate. Well, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because both staffs are going to make some adjustments, but there's a healthy balance there, and I think that we did some things well, and I think that we can build on certainly the way we played in the second half.
Okay, Ian, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. First half, you guys faced 18 threes. They made 7 of them. Second half, they only shot 7 and they only made 1. Was that something you focused on at halftime, was getting rid of the outside shot for them?
Not really, Ian. They can make shots, but traditionally they haven't. Traditionally, they were making about 5 threes a game. And so 7, 2 of them were 4 other 7 at halftime were from their better shooters in Boone and number 13. And so we adjusted our closeouts to those guys. But I told our guys, hey, listen, they're not going to make 14 threes. Now, I'm glad they didn't, but we trusted the percentages. We just adjusted our closeouts to those 2 kids at half, but they did get off to a hot start. And but traditionally they have not shot the 3 that well.
This is a game where you guys had quite a few scoring droughts, and yet here you are at the end, 66-63, you're winners. Does that give you a lot more confidence in the offense, just be able to get itself out of any ruts that it finds itself in and always keep going?
Yeah, and we've got to make some adjustments there. They switch everything. We saw that last week. However, it's a little different. Georgia Southern is going to switch everything and try to keep everything on a side, like Texas Tech does. And we prepped on it all week. We had some really good reps. It's just different from scout team to Georgia Southern. Obviously, they're better at it. But they were not giving the baseline drive as much as tonight as they have been in the past. And maybe that was an adjustment they made going into the game. They didn't want to give us the baseline drive that much, but the baseline was not open for us as much as it has been on film, and others have got advantage of it. But we've got to make some tweaks there. I thought we started just kind of keeping the ball in the middle of the floor there and setting a high ball screen and letting our guys make plays. When they're switching everything, your players got to be able to just be players. There's only so much you can do. You can do some screening and slipping, and we tried to do some of that. And but I thought our guys kind of finally settled down. I think in the first half we were not flowing well. We would run an action to start, and then it would kind of get stagnant. And I thought in the second half the ball kept moving and moving, and we made some plays. But there certainly will probably need to make some adjustments there.